Hey, this is LANY. We're hanging out with Rob from
Front Row Live.
All right, so let's start off with the significance of Michael Jordan and Magic Johnson.
Very.
What does that have to do with the band?
Well, it actually has nothing to do with the band other than they're absolutely legends and iconic.
Heroes.
I don't know. I thought that photo just vibed with me in the beginning, and
They are greatness, and that's what we strive to be. So we're like, we just got to get our boys in the dream
That's what we
team.
gotta do. Right.
So we got them.
All right.
And then people thought it was us.
So those that don't know what we're talking about, when you guys first released music on SoundCloud, I want to say, it was a picture of Michael Jordan and Magic Johnson. It wasn't a picture of a band or anything. But why did you guys want to keep that, secrecy going?
I don't know if we were like intentionally trying to be like secret.
Yeah.
It just kind of like ended up being like this mysterious thing, and we were like, oh, like that's actually like kind of a cool thing to start with.
Yeah.
So we just kind of kept it for as long as we could.
Yeah, and we thought it was like our thing, because that's when we started. We didn't think this band would be anything, so we're like, let's just find a cool image, and it'll just be that, and it'll be hilarious, and we'll high five each other, and then no one's gonna see it. And then a lot of people saw it.
we were accidentally mysterious. I remember so many people writing about like, wow, who are these guys?
Right.
And a lot of people who don't know American basketball like thought that we were two black guys making music. So. Thank you.
So once you guys announced who you really were, I mean, you made a move from Nashville to California. Why did you think California was the way to go? I mean, Nashville is also a good place for music.
I just lived here. So I met Jake and Les in Nashville, and I decided to move to Los Angeles on my own. At that time, I was still working on music as a solo artist, and none of us had ever written a song together or worked on music together yet. And then I called Jake, and I was like, can I fly to Nashville and just see what we can come up with? And so once we started kind of putting songs out and realizing that this was going to be a real thing, Jake and Les decided to move into my one-bedroom apartment with me in Los Angeles.
Les and I, we had a conversation in Nashville. We're like, hey, should we just move to LA because we can?
like-
We're like, yeah, let's do it. So that was like a 5-second conversation. So now we're here.
Now, while you guys were making music out in Nashville, Nashville to everyone, I would assume, you think country.
Mm-hmm.
So did that really like influence the kind of music that you might have started working on, or did you guys automatically work on this kind of style?
It's pretty automatic. Yeah.
We didn't think about it. I mean,
Yeah.
there's definitely a lot of country music in Nashville, but there's,
Right.
I mean, everything's going on there. So this is just what we happen to be into, and so.
Okay. And this year's been pretty good for you guys. You guys have a record label signing with a record label from the UK, not even out here.
Right.
So I mean, was that also one thing that you guys did on purpose? I mean, you guys are all over the place.
Yeah, I think just made the most sense for us.
Okay.
Like, we loved the team at Polydor, and that just kind of fell into our laps, and that's what we went with. It wasn't like, hey, when we start this band, let's try to sign to a label in the UK.
Right.
But it's hilarious. The first message we ever got through SoundCloud was from like a junior A&R assistant rep or something at Polydor, and so it just has come full circle for us. It's been really amazing.
That's awesome.
So yeah.
And then now we're getting ready to release the EP Makeout, which is in a couple of days, December 11th. Let's talk a little bit about the EP. I'm assuming it was recorded in this building here, right?
No, it actually wasn't.
Really?
Except for the stripped version of I Love You So Bad.
Okay.
So this is technically a re-release. Basically, I mean, we're still a very small band, and people are still discovering us for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
And right now we have just kind of like a lot of information as far as like album art and releases. It can be
Right.
confusing to somebody who just comes across like our path for the first time.
Right.
So we want to clean it up, and we've remastered our songs. We've put a song, like a hidden track, technically, on the EP that we never thought we would release, and then we've kind of reworked our biggest song.
Right.
So
And this EP, it's something that you guys did on your own. There was no outside producers involved.
Yeah. Just us on a Dell computer with Les's magic.
yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about the production process of the EP. How did this all come about?
I mean, kind of since day one, what's defined our sound is like the few things that we have, Like we're working with just this small, like we have like 2 or 3 synthesizers and that's it, you know, drum machine. So we've kind of like made the most of what we had, and that's what we have, a Dell computer and just a few little gadgets, and that's us.
And we kind of like let our limitations define our art. So all of these things, all of the songs that you'll hear on this EP were made in like a bedroom, a glorified bedroom, pretty much. And now that we've signed with a little label, like we got out of our 1-bedroom apartment, and now we're able to track real drums, which is like the kit's right behind you. But we still keep it very much like we're still making our songs on a Dell computer. We're still using the few synths that we have, and I think we just kind of stay inside that for as long as we can, or for as long as it works.
Right.
Yeah.
And this band is a 3-piece, but I mean, it sounds complete. Is that something that you guys always thought of keeping together? Like, we're gonna stick a 3-piece, or eventually, you know, consider more musicians in the band?
We've thought about like maybe down the road, like having another guy live, to do some like guitar and saxophone or something. But yeah, when recording, it's just the 3 of us. It works, and so we're just gonna roll with that for as long as we can. Let's
talk about touring. You guys have experienced a lot of shows with a lot of big names today. How did all this start for you guys?
Oh man, I mean, this year's like the first year that we've played a show, you know. Like February was like the start of it all.
But it wasn't any kind of show. It was pretty big shows that you guys have been doing. Pretty big names in front of you.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like ramped up really quickly, so it's kind of hard to like, I don't even know. It's hard to take in, you know, like when you it's just a year, you know.
Yeah, we have an amazing team, you know, our management and like our booking agent Javo, and like everybody's working really hard, and everybody believes in what we're doing and we're doing as a band. And then, but you know, outside of a band, we're like this big team, all making moves, all the way, like all working really hard. And I think the best thing that we did this year was take every single opportunity. So I mean, for as many big shows we played, I promise you we have played some empty rooms as an opener. Like I have been shirtless hanging off a stage in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan in Canada for 0 people.
When he played that show, it's like he was playing Madison Square Garden. It was just one person. He just like on my kick drum. So it was a blast.
I mean, and that's another thing, is like that's something that we've decided to do as a band. No matter what, no matter who's there, no matter, we're gonna go 100 every single time. And so, I mean, that was like a great rehearsal, you know. But we were going 150%, and that's something that I always count on from us. So.
And looking at your socials, I mean, like you said, you guys are going 150%, but it looks like your fans are going 150% as well. I'm looking at stuff that you guys post, and there's tons of retweets and there's tons of comments on it. So I mean, how was building your fan base?
I mean, same thing. Like in a year's time, it's been awesome. Paul's really, really good at social media, so that has been like the biggest thing for us this year.
I don't know, man. I think it's just like, just take the extra step, go the extra mile for people, and I don't know, just being thoughtful. I think it's so easy to just be kind of mindless and go through the motions, but we want to be extremely thoughtful and give people meaningful art and tangible things, whether it's like a Christmas poster or like cool little like shirts or sweatshirts or messages on Twitter. Like, obviously I can't talk to every single person on the internet, and I mean, like, our fan base is so small still. Like, I can't imagine what massive acts, like the kind of traffic that they're dealing with, but to engage your audience and to make them feel like family and close, because we do, like, we see them, we recognize them, we know they're there, and we are so thankful for them, because it's the only reason why we're even sitting here talking on this nice camera, is because people chose to believe in what we're doing and kind of buy into it. So
now, and like we mentioned, you're about to release the EP, and there's a single that dropped today, Kiss. So what is it like today, for example, perfect example, what was today like for you guys? It's a major release day for you.
Oh man, take it away, Les.
Take it away. Let's see. We have stuff to do today, like record drums. So that's where my mind is at.
Yeah, I forgot that release today. So pumped.
I can't ever sleep the night before. I never can sleep.
Yeah.
And last
The
night,
night before release or the night before the show?
yeah, no, before release.
Okay.
And I really don't. It's not that I don't care about this release, but I still couldn't sleep last night. I don't know if it was because I just couldn't sleep or what, but I'm always just super excited to put something out. Yeah, so that's kind of what it's like. I mean, today we've got, sometimes people will write about what we're doing and we'll kind of like talk about that, but it's usually a pretty normal day. Yeah.
Now with Kiss, there's six tracks on the album. Why was Kiss the one to drop today?
Well, it's the one that we've never released, and I don't want to like make too big of a deal about this song because I don't think it's like, hey, I just don't want people to think like, hey, this is the direction that we're going in, because we recorded this song 9 months ago. And it's a song that we wanted to put originally on a record, but then we decided not to put out a record. There's so much stuff and planning and decisions that go into this kind of thing. But I mean, technically an EP can't be more than 6 tracks. And this record's called Makeout and the song's called Kiss. It's just like we can't leave that off. And so we decided to kind of tack it on to the end of a song as a hidden track. But we put it in the song title so that people still know that it's or we put it in the song title so that people know it's still there. We use like a semicolon because there's a 30-second gap between the two songs, and like in grammar that's like a long pause. You know what I mean? So, and I don't know, I've never really seen a semicolon in a song title before. Maybe there has been, but I think it's kind of cool.
Something new.
Yeah.
Something new. And with the release of this album, I'm assuming there's going to be tours coming out. You guys just announced your first tour for 2016, which is a major tour. You guys are going to be opening up for Ellie Goulding in the UK. Any other plans for you guys as far as any states?
So we'll play some festivals this summer, and it was going to be the best year ever, man. And we're going to play absolutely as many shows as possible.
Yeah.
So.
And with Ellie Goulding, what are you guys most excited about that tour besides opening up for her fans?
I mean, just the fact that we'll be playing in arenas, like that's massive.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah, about like the time we start that tour, we were playing for like 13 people in San Diego, like at a year's time. So that's we're just gonna cry. Wow. We're gonna show up and try and play, and we're just gonna start bawling.
Yeah, I mean it's 11 arena shows, 2 nights at the O2. I think that's pretty amazing, and I never thought we'd ever play the O2 ever.
Is this your first time out in the UK?
It's our second.
Okay.
Yeah, so that'd be awesome. We played our first headline show there a month ago, and it was awesome. People showed up, and
it's crazy, a headline show in less than a year.
Yeah. Crazy. And we were the only ones to play. We like didn't want to do an opener. We just wanted to go over there and just kind of be like, hey, this is like nice to meet you guys, and it was packed. It was cool.
That's crazy. Well, I definitely look forward to seeing you guys live here in the States. Hopefully a tour gets announced sometime soon. For those that don't know, this is the band LANY. You guys be sure to check them out online. What is your socials?
This is LANY, like across the board.